Alright, we are live. It is Tuesday. It is new magnet day. It is needle felting day. So this week we are starting our 10th magnet. Inspired by the Vabros tutorial series is here. Today we are attempting to follow along with the Joy of Painting Season 31 tutorial number 10. And that we are. So he has titled it Balmy Beach. He's still really into his contact paper. So this one, he has shaped like a seashell. We will not be doing that. These are small enough as it is. I don't need the added smallness of making it a shape. Sorry. If you want to make it the shape, feel free. I'm not. So these guys will eventually end up in a little picture frame that we are going to make by hand. So this is the backing of our picture frame, and these are what the frame itself is going to be made out of. We will paint these a color of our choosing. This series I've been doing a dark brown, just because. I'm also going through my oddly sized craft felt and using up the odd pieces of that really aren't of a size that I can do much of anything else with. So we'll see. What the heck? I don't know what that is. Okay, that's weird. Must look like grass. Weird. But yeah, so you'll see various colors of felt. This one's actually one of my thicker pieces of felt. It's not the thickest that we've used, but this would have been the right size felts for when we were doing the 8x10s. But I'd used it for something. I'd cut some pieces off. You can see where there's some sections missing. So since it's not a full sheet, I might as well use it for this. So I'm going to trace the backing of our magnet. This will be what we attach our needle felted piece to, so I need it to be about that size. Lost the lid. The lid is clear. It's very hard to keep track of. Alright, so I just trace around the backing of our magnet. I have put the link to episode 10 from season 31 here in the chat. It is pinned there. Anyone that wishes to go see it uninterrupted, in full, all that happiness. I will have it muted. I do have closed captioning on, but it's super tiny, so it might be hard to read. But you are more than welcome to go and watch his tutorial in full with sound on his channel, if you so wish. I am just taking some tape and outlining my pen lines here. Sometimes, as I stab through my base felt, it will get slightly distorted. Sometimes I lose sight of the pen lines under the fluff, so it just helps make sure that I'm close to where I need to be, so I don't end up like all the way over here and I'm like, that doesn't look right. Okay. And this is optional. It just helps me a bit. And as we go, the tape will get like bubbly and wrinkly, and because the base fibers here will get like pulled in and scrunched in as we're stabbing through, so don't panic if that happens. It's ow. Elbow, desk, elbow. It's pretty normal for this. This guy's a little bit thicker than I remember this felt being, but then again, it's been a while since we've used this felt. I might be able to get one more out of that sheet, maybe. Ow. Maybe two. We will see. Alright. Oh, wait. We're not done yet. So, I actually need my pen back. Okay. So, I am going to start the tutorial so we can get an idea of where our horizon line needs to be. So, he's got what looks like a gray gesso on the top, or a gray acrylic paint. And I don't know if this is black acrylic on the bottom with maybe some of his transparent colors. It might be liquid clear on the top. Could be liquid clear on all of it. Let's see what's in store. So he took the contact paper, he made a seashell. Gray gesso at the top, black gesso on the bottom. So yeah, he was doing liquid clear on all of it. And then he did phthalo blue at the bottom. Alright. And Van Dyke brown at the very, very bottom. Okay, so before he gets too far into that, he's a little more than halfway. With his sky, I might go about halfway. Just because we are working smaller. And it's going to be a little bit difficult here. These pen lines on the fabric won't be visible when we're done, so don't worry about it. You don't have to use special pens or anything. This is just a ballpoint pen. keep losing the lid to my pen. Alright. So he started with Indian yellow, which is a slight orange to it. On the horizon line. So that's interesting. And then white and yellow ochre. Huh. Okay. So then he took bright red. And added a little bit of titanium white to it, so it pinked it a little bit. Hmm. And then alizarin crimson. Okay. So a yellow, kind of like a pinky color, and then kind of like a fuchsia color. Wait, what did he do? Phthalo blue. Okay. So we're kind of stripy. Kinda. We're definitely kind of stripy. Alright, so then he goes and kind of tries to blend all of that out together. Okay, so then he's gonna add clouds. Alright. Oof. I'm okay. Um okay. I don't know what color. I don't have that many colors of yellow. I have one, two, three. I have 6 shades of yellow. Doesn't seem like Alright, well, he did Indian yellow. And Indian yellow is got a bit of orange to it. So there's that one spot in there that's a little bit whiter. I need to get a new banana cream bag. This one got run over by my chair and I never replaced it. Alright, I guess we'll just start off with Varsity Gold here. Actually, I'm pretty close to center there. I didn't realize. Alright, let's get our finger protectors on. Get our little bit of water. Just in case we need it. Scissors in case we need that. Release our needle from its handle. Alright. So I guess we'll start with this Varsity Gold. I don't know that we're going to need all of this that I just pulled out, but we've got some. Alright, I'm just going to let some of the excess drip off my finger there. So I don't need a whole lot. It's just enough to add a little bit of friction to my hands so that I can actually shape this instead of just having it slide into a mess in my hands. Alright. So he started down on the horizon line today, so I guess that's where we're gonna go. So how is everybody doing today? Hope everybody is well. The tornado warnings have already started this morning. We missed out on that, thank goodness. And we managed to get the boy to the Borking place to get him happy before the weather moved in. Last night, a little bit after we went to bed, we had a couple rumbles of thunder. And then it kind of fell apart, I guess. Or moved on quickly. And then I was having trouble sleeping, so when I last checked the radar, I don't know what time it was, maybe 1-ish, 1:30-ish, somewhere in there. There was something that was kind of moving in our direction. I'm like, well, I guess we'll get woken up. If it's a thing. Never got woken up, so I don't know if it fell apart. Or if it just rained, I don't know. I wasn't woken up by the dog, I wasn't woken up by thunder, I wasn't woken up by a phone call, so I don't know. When I woke up this morning, we were under severe thunderstorm watch, and I was like, what? I was like, when did that happen? Because it wasn't there when I fell asleep. And, upon some more inspection, looks like one had gotten issued around 3 a.m. See, when I don't put the water on my hands, it doesn't always want to turn into anything. Sometimes it just slides back and forth and it doesn't roll. Okay, I'm just gonna add a little bit more to this guy here. So I want this swath of yellow. Be a little bit more. Not too much more, but a little bit. And then a little bit after we got back from the working place, it got super dark. And while we were there, some of the lights in the parking lot were flickering constantly because the sensors didn't know if they should have been on or off. And I was like, that's interesting. And by the time we got home, it got super dark. And then there was suddenly a tornado warning north of us. And I was like, oh boy, we're starting this day out early. And but that was canceled pretty quickly. At least from the time I became aware of it, it seemed to be canceled pretty quickly. And our severe thunderstorm watch for now has been dropped. So yay for that, I guess. Tornado warnings were still popping off in Missouri when I last checked before we got going. I think it stopped raining here for now, but it looks like there's more coming. And they're like, yeah, so tonight we could have some more severe weather overnight again. And I'm like, seriously? Really? Are you sure? Are you sure this time? So I'm just making sure that this is actually attached. It looked a little thin. And then back here there were spots that looked like it hadn't been poked, excuse me, through. It's gonna be one of those days, and I apologize. My allergies have just been at war with me from the second I woke up. And I'm trying. Okay, so now we've got like this weird pink. It started out as one shade and then he darkened it a little bit, so I don't know if I need to do 2 shades in here or if I should just go with 1. Because he did the bright red. And like this. He did the bright red. And then he added alizarin crimson to the top of it. So oh, I don't know that we've used this color yet. So this is magenta. Magenta making an appearance. Again, from the Big Twist value line that we can no longer get, specifically. A little fuzzy floating through the air. It just rolls so much easier with the water. Not much, just enough. Just enough to see a little tiny wet line across my palm. Gets the job done. So we'll start with the magenta. And we'll kind of see how we feel about things, I guess, as we get there. Right, because I don't want a big seam in between these two. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know how people around here handle this. I just don't. Alright, so I tried to get these to overlap a little bit. Mostly because I wasn't sure. I was gonna have a weird seam or anything. Okay, let me gently try to peel that up. Alright, I want a little bit more. This is a great color. Love this color. Alright, so again, I want to try to overlap that a little bit. Doesn't have to be too tremendously much, but enough. I almost went with a different base felt color. Almost ended up going with blue. But I think it's gonna work out that we went with this one instead. Now my hand's not putting much pressure on this. It's just the weight of my hand sitting there. Alright. Get this guy. Tapped in all the way across. See, when you lift up your finger, the needle just is like having a party. Like an unsupervised child in a candy store eating everything in its wake. All right. Okay. Okay, so then he kind of added a little bit of a darker pink. And this is kind of what the alizarin crimson looks like to me. Especially when they start, when white starts getting added to it. And then we have to add blue. So the sky is very stripy. I'm actually not sure if I should add some more. Of the magenta. I didn't get very far adding more yarn to my bags last week, unfortunately. Still need to finish doing that. Okay. So I'm going to try to get this overlapped a little bit. Hopefully. Alright. So I'm gonna try to get right on that line there. Now, when we trim this guy up and cut off all the excess, we're gonna have to just make sure that we're still the same size as our square, so we might lose a little bit around the edges. That's fine. But then I also have to keep in mind that our frame is going to cover up a little bit, which can help us at times. So we've got that going on. Now this color is, what is this color? This is raspberry pink. This one I believe is still available from Paintbox Simply Chunky. Not sponsored. They were having a sale the other day. I don't know if it's still on sale. Or like two something, under $3 for a small skein. But the Simply Chunky strands are a little bit thicker, so I feel like I get a little bit more fluff off of it. I don't know. It could just be an optical illusion. But I haven't had to get any new yarn yet, so I think when I do, we might try loops and threads from Michael's. I don't like shopping at Hobby Lobby, so I try to minimize how much I'm in there. They have my paint though. That's the problem. And the closest Michael's is about an hour from here, 45 minutes. So that's not really an option. To go to on a whim for sure. I like those two. They blended together pretty good. A little more water. So this guy I've got a little bit thicker. Wasn't necessarily on purpose, but just kind of happened that way. But I don't like the price of yarn at Hobby Lobby either. The sales on it I can find better prices somewhere else. I haven't seen anything like groundbreaking where it's like, ooh, that's a sale. Every time I've looked at it on their website, I'm just like, meh. Not really feeling it from them. And our Walmart has a real small yarn selection. So it might just be one of those things that I need to order. All right. So our sky's actually kind of moving along at a pretty decent pace here. Probably helps that we can see the progress of it moving along since we're changing shades. Tried to overlap these as best as I could to try to blend them. Like these two shades of pink, it helps that they're very close. So they kind of melted into each other pretty well. All right. I'm not sure if the boy is going to be disappointed tonight. Kind of depends on if it's raining. It's working time. So I'm not crazy about what that did there. I also felt it through the tape. So it kind of overlapped into the rest of it. And it's okay, like it overlapped funny. Like it was kind of bunchy. It might be alright though. Yeah, and once we get the clouds in, I think we'll be alright. Okay, so let me close that bag, just so we don't have anybody escape on us here. Alright, so we have to pick a blue. I don't know, man. He went with like a phthalo blue. Um, I mean, we could go with like Kingfisher, but I don't know. Feels a little bright. Yeah, let's go with Kingfisher. Alright, let's be colorful, shall we? Okay. I mean, it feels kind of phthalo-y, but at the same time, it also feels a little too bright. I don't know. It might be alright. We'll see how we do. So I'm gonna try to overlap this a little bit. Hopefully we're somewhat successful. Alright. Come back down here. And we'll just kind of start tapping that on in. Oh, maybe it's not so bad. I mean, it's very bright against the white here. But once we get it in here up against our other colors, starting to tone down just a little bit. So I think we're probably okay enough in here. Oh gosh, I took that down too low. I was so worried about overlapping, I overlapped it a little too much. Oops. Oops-a-doodles. Well, that's why it seemed to tone down a little. We definitely overlapped it. That's for sure. I'm just kind of trying to come in at it sideways at a slight angle just to try to slide that blue up just a little bit. I mean, we've got a pretty gradient going on the back here. Okay. Get our next bit of fluff here. And start to get this guy sorted out. As best as we can here. Definitely gonna have to make sure we trim this guy down when we're all done. Really good. Because instead of going from top to bottom, we went bottom to top. So I feel like we might be a little extra fluffy at the very top. My aim is not the best. Which is why I wear the finger protectees. That's what these are. They won't completely save me from getting poked, but they'll keep it from being bad. Providing I poke a finger that has that on there. Alright, I am going to gently lift that up. I think it's thundering again. I think. It wasn't 100% definitive that that's what I just heard, but also been a nearby motorcycle, although I don't know why someone would be riding a motorcycle in this weather. Doesn't strike me as a very pleasant activity. But I guess if that's what you got, that's what you got. Okay, let me gently. That's a pretty gradient going on there on the back. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. Okay. I want to check our weather super quick here. Just make sure they didn't pop us up under any more alerts here. No, I guess it wasn't thunder because there's nothing all that close. There's a thunderstorm just south to us. And there's some to our west. But I don't think those should be in hearing the thunder range. Okay. Alright, let's come back to our tutorial and see what we're gonna do now. So he's gonna take phthalo blue and alizarin crimson. So a reddish purple. A fan brush. And we're going to start making some clouds. Oh, that's a big old cloud. Alright, so he kind of comes back and... Hold on one second. Okay. Sorry about that. So he gets that guy in. That was a good sized guy. So he's kind of got the right side. A bit more cloud heavy. Oh, what are you doing? He tried to add a little bit of white. So I guess indicate the sun. Oh, okay. Then he pulled the tape off. Alright. He just suddenly ripped that off. Okay. So we need a purple cloud color. Hmm. 2 shades purple. Surprisingly enough. Okay, had to miss the plant. Hadn't done that yet today. So let's go with this jam color. And this is a Simply Chunky paint box color. So for my clouds. Okay, that was definitely thunder. The house vibrated. Had to be one hell of a lightning strike. Unless it's just not picking up on radar yet. No idea where that came from. What was that? Really? All the way down there? Alright. I don't believe you, but alright. Ooh, a significant, or no, a special weather statement. 40-mile-per-hour winds. Okay. It's gonna be one of those days where we need to have the other box checked on the local radar. Okay. Alright, so clouds tend to like to go in smaller amounts. If for some reason our power should go out and the stream stops, I will be back as soon as I can. And I will try to post on Blue Sky when we are back, if that should happen. Okay, so kind of start up here. I'm gonna try to put these in a circular kind of shape in the hopes that it kind of holds on to our circular shape. It might not, but it's helped before. And I didn't know it, but our area's sort of in a radar hole. They have to use radars from like 3 different areas to try to get an idea of what's going on here. So they're using a radar in Springfield, Missouri, a radar in Tulsa, and I think a radar in Fort Smith. And they're constantly like flipping between all 3 radar stations to try to get an idea of what's going on here at times. And it's like, really? An area that's this populated? And we don't have our own radar? Like, what? Fayetteville is no small city. It's like just shy of 100,000 people in Fayetteville, and I'm like, okay. That kind of seems like insanity, but alright. Is what it is, I guess. So I'm gonna kind of like how we used to do the little snail shell kind of circular guys with the tissue paper, or like the little flower shape kind of thing. Or however you want to shape your cloud, try to get it put together. Whatever works for you. It's very dark. Probably could have gone with a slightly different color there, but it's okay. All right. So it kind of is a big cloud guy. I'm gonna keep this guy kind of riding our blue, darker raspberry kind of color. We might get some breaks in the middle of it. That's fine. We can layer it up. It's fine. Right now I'm just kind of trying to sort out my upper edge here. This guy kind of just like tapers off as he goes. I'm just gonna see. We're gonna lose a lot of this because of how small it is. I'm okay with that. Alright, so we got our little tail guy in. So like the base of the sky went in pretty fast, but our clouds we're going to be fussing with here for a minute. And again, you fuss with them however much you want. If you don't want them that fussy, then don't fuss with them that much. This is all personal preference here, guys. Ah. Okay. Just been inundated with these spam calls with these AI voices. They're not even real people when you first pick up the phone. I think this AI bullshit has gotten out of control. Because now I'm seeing these videos that could almost be real, but if you actually watch them on Facebook, they're not. And a lot of people are falling for it, and I'm like, y'all, this is fake as hell. Oh yes, this park ranger just happens to be driving through this woods and finds a deer with another male deer right next to it, not leaving its side, and oh, let me nurse you back to health. Suddenly you're pulling an arrow out of it. No! It's fake as hell. Guys, don't fall for that shit. People are doing it for clicks. Somebody else made a video out of something from, I don't know, whatever show Simon Cowell's on now. Of, oh, what a stunning transformation. And in the beginning of the video, the person has 3 legs. Like, what? I thought it was some kind of weird-ass magic trick. No, it's a bad AI video. And somebody's like, what is the point of this? And they're like, for amusement? And I'm like, no, this is dumb. And the amount of brain cells that just died. This is not amusement. Like, actually create something. Like, what the heck? Like, this is ridiculous. Well, I can assure you we are not using AI to create art here. I've got the scrapes, the cuts, the needle pricks, the burns, the paint under my fingernails to prove it. The tears of frustration when something doesn't want to work right. So we decided to go this weekend to hunt down some paint for the fish. I'm not even sure if we'll be done the fish next week. Kind of depends on how long it takes me to blend everything together. We might get done the base painting stage, but then we still have to do the doodles. That one might take another 2 weeks, actually. Then I've got to paint the background. I have started editing the last speed felt video that I owe you guys from when we did the 8x10 wall hanging following season 3 episode 13. I have started that. I need to get some more Honey, I Enjoyed a Cult recorded. Because I want to make sure I have it done. That's going to be going up in June. Going to every other day, like yesterday's art live stream, won't actually get posted on the YouTube channel until like the end of May. I did not realize how far stuff had suddenly popped out. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, really? Going every other day? I was like, well, yeah. Might add a little bit more of a tail to that one. I don't know yet. So I did have some episodes started to be recorded, but like I said, there was a mishap. I didn't have the game audio down enough in the background. And then the third episode that I recorded, there was no audio, and I was like, what? Where's the audio? It shouldn't have been muted for all that, and apparently it was. And I was like, well, we can't be having that. Third episode in. We're close enough where we'll just start over. But I forgot how long that tutorial is, so I'm only like just partway through the beginning of the tutorial on the first episode, and I was like, oh, right. Like, it's not that terribly long, but it's longer than some tutorials. Like 40 minutes in, and we've just barely scratched the surface on the tutorial, and I'm like, oh, okay. Right. So I'm just kind of making a little circly guy here, just kind of wrapping it around itself. Sometimes it helps bring some movement or fluffiness to the clouds. Sometimes. So far, I know I wasn't sure about the sky at first, but so far, I think we're doing okay. Alright. So there's some more cloud down here. It doesn't come over as far. Alright. It's getting a little more rumbly. It's so hard to tell how far away the storm actually is right now because of the mountains. Oh, we're in the significant weather advisory now. Or the special weather statement. Under an inch of hail and 40-mile-per-hour winds. Okay. Wow, it's moving at 50. Alright then. That's picking up speed. Alright. Well. It might get a little rumbly in the background, I don't know. Kind of depends on if it overcomes the noise suppression filter. So these two are kind of touching each other. So I have to figure out if the dark brown's going to be too dark of a frame on this. I might have to change the frame color up on this one. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have a better idea once the all the extra white's taken off. The edges and stuff, but I'm not going to do that till we're done. I'm just kind of wrapping around, holding the tail between two fingers and then just grabbing, and I'm not trying to do it too tight. Because, you know, I'm going to be able to needle felt through it. Or needle felt it. If I have it too tight, we might have some trouble getting the needle through it. This guy's going to be a little bit thick, I think. The names that they come up with for these accounts to be posting these stupid links to try to get people to come to this one website is just ridiculous. Like, what? I wonder how old this particular account is. Lately, I've been getting them where they're just a couple of days old. The older accounts that have been around for a couple of years, I'm wondering if those got hacked. So I need to link up those two blips there. Let's see, how old is this account? Created April 24th. And is already considered a suspicious user. So because Twitch tagged them as suspicious, you guys didn't see the message. I did, though. What is with my brain? I'm wanting to spell post with an A. Not past. P-O-A is what I keep trying to do. I'm like, no. Masculine devotion. That's a hell of a username there. Right. Back to the jabbing of things. Oh, it's getting real rumbly. We might have a very upset pupper soon. In which case, I need to put my foot down so we can't get back into the wires. Oh. Who's mowing?
Doing that in your sleep, Littles.
Is she angry mowing in her sleep?
That's kind of what it sounded like.
Yeah, it sounded like Angie Mow. Wow. That's a whole new level of spicy, Littles. My goodness. The quietest of Angie Mows. She usually does that when Ed's in her line of vision, but I think she's asleep under the husband's desk on his footrest that we stole off of another chair. It doubles as extra seating in here. And a place to put the feet. So this one I'm gonna bring over a little bit further. But this other guy up here, I kind of want to fill in that little tail just a little bit. It feels a little thin. Like just a little bit. I'd like to chunk that up just a tiny bit. Oh. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so this one comes out just a little bit further. Eh, too small. That one didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. That's okay. We can fix it. Not a big deal. Alright. So we do have the eBay store up and running now. I am only shipping within the US at the moment. So if you've seen something that we've created on stream that you want to get your hands on, you'll be able to check there. I need to add the link to Moobot. I haven't done that yet. I was gonna add it last night and kind of forgot. But the stuff won't be available forever. The stuff that's listed probably by the middle of summer, if it hasn't sold, we will probably go down to the farmer's market and do a rehome-a-thon. Alright, so we got that cloud. And there's one more kind of hanging out underneath of it. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Okay. Yeah, we're under a significant, well, a special weather statement.
You guys didn't eat any of your breakfast, so we need to get started.
What?
He's wiggling at me.
Do we need a chimkin?
I'll give you a chimp, okay?
It's chimkin time.
You treat. Treat.
Chimkin time. Alright, so this one's kind of like hanging out on our horizon here. Yeah, nobody's going anywhere right now. Nobody's gonna get struck by lightning. Be having that. We have emergency potty pads for a reason. We've been trying to get them to potty on for when the weather is cranky. I mean, y'all know how it is. Doggo always wants to go out the second. You okay?
Yeah.
The absolute second it starts to either thunder or downpour, and it's like, no, no. That window of opportunity has closed. Rain I don't mind so much. The flashy sky I mind quite a bit, though. We tend to have a lot of lightning strikes around here. I do mind the flashy sky quite a lot. I'd rather you pee on the floor and I clean it up than us get struck by lightning outside. Priorities. We have a rug shampooer. We have paper towels. We have mops. We have cleaning supplies. We can clean up an accident. And we won't be mad about it. Because it's just the circumstances of the moment. It's the way things go. You can clean up a potty accident fairly easily. You can't exactly clean up and recover from being struck by lightning very well. If at all. There's plenty of people that don't recover from that. And it's just silly to knowingly go out and stand out there. For that. So. Plus, he had a potty good time when we were at the working place earlier. I'm going to trim that. So we are working rather tiny. This is approximately going to be about 3 inches. 3 inches by 3 inches when we're done. That's the size of our wooden backing. So it might be just a hair over, but not enough to really get pissy about, so it's gonna be pretty close, if not dead on, to 3 by 3. Okay. We're gonna rotate the mat again. Ooh. Getting a little more rumbly. Okay. Get the next little guy popped into here. I'm trying to stay on that horizon there where I can. Ooh. That was a bit louder. far over. Alright, so this one doesn't come over too far. It's over a little bit. It's gonna be a rumbly time here. Let's see. Oh, geez, we've got two. Oh no, they canceled the other one. Okay. Strong thunderstorm will impact southern Madison, northern Franklin, northeastern Crawford, and southeastern Washington counties through 1:15 p.m. Wow. Okay. Strong thunderstorm near Devil's Den State Park, moving northeast at 50. Hazard wind gusts of up to 40 miles per hour. Okay, so they dropped the hail. Well, that's good. Okay, well, we are in this, so as we can hear, oh, the town next to us is getting hammered. That is where I think our power substation is for here, so hopefully everything will be okay. One can hope. I mean, they just had to replace a bunch of parts on that thing from one of the other storms that went by not that long ago. Whole town was out of power for several hours. Well, most of the town, unless you had like a solar panel. Or you were on the other power company. There's two power companies in here. One has more customers than the other. And the one we were on was the one that lost power. There's a few people in town with solar panels. That sounds like it is pouring. Not quite, but that is a very ominous looking sky out there. Very ominous. Alright, and then there's like just a little guy. It's just kind of, oh, my nose is itching so bad. It's just kind of like hanging out. Like over here. Oh, wow. I think with that one, it might have started raining. Oop, I keep knocking over my tile. You're okay, bud. You're okay. Hi. No, you're okay. You can't go that way. No, you can't get in there. No, you can't get in that spot. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. That's where all of Mommy's wires are. I know. I know. Oh, the buddy. Oh, we're upset. We're so upset. It's okay. No, 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 no. Ow, ow, ow. That's my leg. Hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me finish attaching this. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me put the needle into safety mode here. Okay. Come here. No, no. Come here. Come. Hi. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Come here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this buddy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, puppy hugs. Oh, puppy hugs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Where is Daddy? Huh? Where's Daddy? Huh? Give me 1 second, you guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys, we're gonna have to end early today because he's rather upset. So nothing I'm doing is appeasing him. So I'm gonna go and comfort the doggy. And we didn't do too bad. I mean, we almost got 2 hours in. But we got the sky almost done. You're okay. And actually we might be done with the clouds. So we're at a good pause point. We'll pick this one up again next week. Next week I'll probably start early to make up for the time that we're losing today, stopping early. Buddy, no, don't do that. If you turn my computer off, we're gonna have a problem. It's okay. So yeah, I will see everybody tomorrow, hopefully, for Planet Zoo, migraine and power permitting. Because we're supposed to have some more storms overnight tonight and into tomorrow. But everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe with the weather. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for Planet Zoo.